And or forget about the mandates that people have to have their freedom. But at the same time, the vaccine is one of the greatest achievements of mankind. We would have had in 1917, remember the Spanish flu, killed perhaps 100 million people. Actually, it ended the First World War because the soldiers were so, a lot of people don't know that. The soldiers got so sick. It was a terrible thing. There were no vaccines. There was no anything. I came up with a vaccine, with 3 vaccines. All are very, very good. Came up with 3 of them in less than 9 months. It was supposed to take 5 to 12 years.
And yet more people have died under COVID this year, by the way, under Joe Biden, than under you. And more people took the vaccine this year. So people are questioning how.
Well, no, the vaccine worked, but some people aren't taking it. The ones that get very sick and go to the hospital are the ones that don't take the vaccine. But it's still their choice. And if you take the vaccine, you're protected. Look, the results of the vaccine are very good. And if you do get it, it's a very minor form. People aren't dying when they take the vaccine.
What about the masking of children?
Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Owens' interview, as you can see, she lost complete control. And Trump is like a runaway train. You can't control that. But I think she was so upset that he took, a pro-Jabsine stance on this whole thing. And if you remember, Candace Owens was at one point in time trying to get the Jabsine, and she got turned down. They turned her down because of all the talk she did against it. So they were not willing to give her the Jabsine. So you know what type of position she has. But man, she got railroaded by Donald Trump. So I'm going to let you hear what she has to say. And I know Donald Trump sure ain't going to like this from Candace. She is trying to say he's old, he's behind in time, he's not tech savvy. Woo! Candace, this ain't going to end too well for you. But let me play this for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Are good, and he believes that because he comes from a generation, like people, you oftentimes forget like how old Trump is. He comes from a generation, I've seen other people that are older have the exact same perspective. Like they came from a time before TV, before internet, before being able to conduct their independent research, and everything that they read in a newspaper that was pitched to them, like they believed that was a reality. And one of those things was, this push for vaccines and believing that people were going to die without vaccines. And so I believe that his support of the vaccine is genuine and it's not based in any corruption at all. I think he actually believes those things. And people that are saying, how is he ignoring all the people that are being injured? And, people are sending Rumble videos and all of these, websites, obscure websites. I believe also that he only reads the mainstream media news. Believe it or not, I do not believe that Trump reads or partakes in any other news sources. I don't believe that Trump is on the internet or, that he necessarily uses the web to try to find, obscure websites. I think that he just relies on, typical mainstream sources. So I don't think that there's anything evil going on there. I just wanted to say that because so many donors, supporters of his are kind of like questioning where all of this is coming from. And I think he just genuinely believes that. And he needs to sit down and, have a full conversation with someone. I was interviewing him in that circumstance, but he needs to have a larger conversation to really understand what's going on and why so many people are just horrified.
So that's Candace Owens white splaining. And you heard what she said. She's calling Trump an old crickety man that is not tech savvy. She just can't believe he did not believe in that jab. Like, he believes in the jab. She don't. And you can see that's an issue for her. Now, most people do interviews and they just move on. She got to go back and explain this and explain that. But he really pushed back on her. And it pretty much undermined the message I think she was trying to get out there during the interview. Is she was trying to claim that people were dying and attribute that to the jab scene. And she didn't get an opportunity to say it because Trump pretty much shut her down. He shut her down during her interview. So I think she feels a certain kind of way. Y'all have to tell me what you think, but I do. I think she feels a certain way about it. And yes, I did see Alex Jones ranting, but Alex Jones has always been out in left field, as far as I'm concerned. And shoot, I remember when he was still on YouTube at one point in time, and I remember one funny thing distinctively about Alex Jones. I guess there's many funny things. Remember them old vitamins he was selling? Well, somebody took his vitamins to a lab, and they said the vitamins at the dollar store had more value than the ones that Alex Jones were selling. And I was screaming. They said, you'd be better off going to your local Dollar Tree and buying supplements from there. They were way better than the ones that Alex Jones was selling to his people. But hey, I just find it laughable that Candace completely lost control over this interview, and it disturbed her so much she went on Twitter to to white splain to everybody why that interview didn't turn out so well. But hey, we are talking about Candace Owens. It didn't she say about a week ago that the black community was the most murderous in the world? Y'all remember that? I don't feel bad for you, Candace. Man, you were asking for that to come. But yes, your beloved Trump did not he didn't agree with you. He didn't agree with you at all. uh. So, Meghan McCain was out there dragging Candace on Twitter saying that Trump had to school her on the jab scene. And yeah, a lot of people poked fun at her about how she interviewed Trump and how he pretty much dominated that interview. Hey, that's on you, Candace, but it couldn't have happened to a better sellout than you. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.